I am creating Hell Hades' worst nightmare on Godforge. And yes, you heard completely correct. Hell Hades has one nightmare that he wishes was never mentioned and never created. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, here is a little bit of a spoiler for what today's video is all about.
Is there any hero that you really want in the game, like someone's lore that you love?
Robin Hood.
Does one jump out to you? You know, something like a Leonidas or a Robin Hood or
a Robin Hood. Oh, sorry, you already covered it.
Like, I mean, those ones are obvious, you know. But
I think Robin Hood is cool.
Yes, there we go. Yes.
I'm a massive. Ooh.
Simon could give you an example if.
Yeah, exactly. Simon.
I don't know where you're going with this, Sham, because if you expect me to say Robin Hood, I'm not gonna.
Yes, guys, we're gonna be making Robin Hood on Godforge. I'm sorry, Hell Hades. I know you didn't want this to happen, but honestly, this could be something really, really fun to talk about in the future. And what we're gonna do is kind of design this hero as a rare hero, meaning he's gonna be okay. He's gonna deal some good damage, but he's not gonna be absolutely bonkers, because I don't think Simon would sign off on a mythic or legendary Robin Hood. I'm sorry, guys. I'm trying my best
to say Robin Hood. I'm not gonna.
But it's not gonna happen, right? So with that, we're gonna go through the passive skill, the active 1 skill, the active 2, and the ultimate skill for Robin Hood that I've obviously thought of on my own whim. We've got our own little images for each of these skills so you can understand what they're going to do. And if you've not seen my other video about the God of Luck Fortuna, check out that video, because it's on the same lines of this, where we have a little bit of fun about Godforge while we wait for that pesky beta to get out on, to come out, right? So with that, smash a like, comment, and subscribe, guys. And let's dive into Robin Hood on Godforge. So the passive skill we've got on screen is going to be called Outlaws Justice, and it's going to be a really good one because it's pretty much a sweet symphony to the whole adventure, where you watch Robin Hood go and fight amongst all of the guards, and obviously he might take a couple of hits as he goes through, but as the hero does, he triumphantly gets up and obviously beats them somehow. And the way Outlaw Justice works is when Robin Hood's HP reaches below 50%, he gains a unique buff to himself. Only him can gain this, called Theft. And Theft is whenever an enemy goes to attack Robin Hood, he steals 5% attack, defense, or HP with a 20% chance. So what that means is, as you can imagine, you're not stealing all 3 buffs. You're only going to be able to steal one of those buffs at a 20% chance rate. But with maybe potentially everyone targeting you as Robin Hood, you're going to get potentially more chances of getting this buff off, and obviously getting a little bit stronger while staying below 50% threshold. And you're going to kind of see this kind of theme that I've gone down, where you're going to have Robin Hood amazing marksman skills and theft skills that he has, being this nuisance to the rich society that we know him for, but giving him a little bit more character too in there. So with that, let's move on to the next skill, which is going to be the active skill 1. So this is called Precision Shot. Everyone knows Robin Hood's amazing skills with that good old bow and arrow, and even in the latest film of Robin Hood, you can see how he trains to use 1, 2, and then 3 arrows to fire more at one time, because if you don't need to go and reload again, it's just better, right? So this is going to attack one enemy with 2 times, right? So you're going to attack one enemy 2 times. That's the first major thing. So it's just kind of 2 basic attacks. However, this is where it gets a little bit fun, with a 50% chance to attack 1 additional time. So you can see where that 50% chance lies in, because we've got to remember he's a really good craftsman and a really good theftsman, a really good marksman, but at the same time, you got to roll the dice when you're stealing, when you're a bit of an outlaw in there. So giving him that 50% chance to have a 3rd attack, and they're just basic attacks, there's nothing too crazy on them, unless the enemy is below 50% HP, and then Robin Hood will apply a weaken effect. This could be just weakening their defense by 1, so just a low 10% defense decrease. It could be any sort of debuff that could replace that weaken keyword. So the whole premise though, precision shot, being able to fire 2 times with 50% chance to fire that 3rd time with a very little bit of niche on the weaken end. So that's your basic skill. That's kind of what you're going to be firing off at the enemies if you kind of want to charge up. So if we go into the next skill here, we are merry men, because at the end of the day, Robin Hood and his merry men will all be victorious. And in this, I thought, why not try and involve the different gods and the different heroes that's going to be in there. So what this does is give you a supportive offense move without really actually attacking the enemy. So this is a placing a buff on all allies, so on your entire team for 3 turns. Whenever an ally gets attacked, Robin Hood has a 50% chance to attack that enemy. At the same time, you got to remember all of these numbers can change. If 50% is way too powerful, because obviously a 50-50 roll is kind of powerful in a lot of games, but if you wanted to change this to like 30%, 35%, 20%, 25%, you can do that. But the whole premise is try to band together with these fellow gods, with these fellow heroes as merry men, and to kind of tilt Simon in PvP, because if Robin Hood comes in and this is an ability, I definitely will be hunting him down, and you can bet your eyes on that, dude. So we are merry men at active skill tier, and I actually really like this. Again, really good flavorful skill that we made up for the good old Robin Hood. So let's finish it off. Let's get this show on the road, because I don't want to obviously take you guys time too much. But here is the ultimate skill, Stolen Wealth. And I'm going to be honest, that name at first, I didn't know if I were going to like it, but it grew on me because it honestly sounds kind of badass, right? So the way Stolen Wealth works is that ultimate skill, you will pick a target, and it's only one target, guys. And then you have then you steal 50% of their current buffs. So if that target has maybe in their teams, maybe they're running a Cupid, or maybe, any sort of buffer you can imagine that's coming into Godforge. If they're able to buff their team, as you can imagine, with defense increase, attack increase, crit increase, recovery, whatever it may be, you have an ability to steal 50% of those buff on one of the targets and basically apply it to yourself as Robin Hood. You will also heal yourself for 15% maximum HP, and if there was no buffs actually stolen on that a party member, whoever you targeted, you will have a 35% chance to apply a fear. So this is obviously scaring maybe the folk, because maybe you went to steal from someone rich, but at the end of the day they were poor, and you know what, it's going to be scary, being poor and getting stolen by Robin Hood because he's got the wrong house. So I thought it was really funny and really flavorful again on the whole Robin Hood stealing away something, gaining a buff, and obviously if there's no buffs to gain, obviously scaring the person anyway, because he's a thief at the end of the day. So those were, if we go back through all of the skills now, the actual skill setup. But I think it's a really cool little ability I've set up with the passive, with the active skill, with the skill 2 and the skill 3, because at the end of the day, Robin Hood, as we all know, is an outlaw, he is a marksman, he is a thief, he always steals from the rich and gives it to the poor. And the cool thing is, I think all of these style of abilities kind of are very flavorful. Are they able to be put into the game? Probably doubt. I doubt hardly any of them could be, but at the same time, it's just having a little bit of fun while we wait for Godforge and the Godforge beta to actually come out, for all of those guys to actually experience for that. And if you want to watch the Godforge beta and any more information that might come out on Godforge, you know what to do. Smash the like, comment, and subscribe. My name's MrSneakyy, the one and only, and this has been Robin Hood. Robin Hood's passive skill, his active skill 1, his active skill 2, and then his final ultimate skill. So I hope you guys have enjoyed it. Stay safe, stay sneaky, guys. Peace out.